Hello, hello friends. I'm Anil Bhaskaradabadi. I teach to MA first year and second year students. This lecture is made for MA second year students. My friend, I teach critical theory, and today I'm going to introduce you the syllabus. See the syllabus. In this year we have 10 essays. These essays have been divided into two. For first five essays are for third semester, and the second fives are for the second semester. The first essay which we have in this semester is The Object of Study by Fernandez Saussure. The second one is Structure, Sign and Play in the Discourse of Human Sciences by Jacques Derrida. The next one is What is an Author by Michael Foucault. Next, Femininity, Narrative and Psychoanalysis by Juliette Michel. And the last essay is The Politics of Theory, Ideological Positions in Postmodernism Debate. It is written by Frederick Jameson. Friend, let me introduce you object of study. What is there in object of study? Friends, it was written by Ferdinand de Saussure. Saussure was a linguistic. Initially, he studied that all the linguistics study only dead languages. They do not study the living language which is spoken, which is used. Then he brought a new concept. His new concept is that why should we study the old languages? Why should not we study the living languages? Why should not we study what is there in the language? And he brought that new idea in this essay, Objects of Study. According to Saussure, that the language has no specific field. It means he wants to tell that there is psychology which tells that language is the object of study of psychology. Means when a person speaks, he has to put his feelings into that speaking. So if there is the feeling, the base of speaking, so the language is an object of study. For whom? For psychology. Then physiology. Physiology tells that language is the object of study for physiology, as when a person speaks, he has to use his speech organs, and therefore it is physiological object of study. So there are various branches of science. So people feel that language is ours, language is not of other domain. Saussure here makes it clear that language is a study of language is a object of study of linguistics. As it tells,
You are alone only?
what is important while speaking? Is it physiology? Is it speech organ? Or is it the feeling a person has? Is it the idea? Or is it the person who is listening, his eyes, his ears, Are these important? What is important? He asked the questions, and he tells that everything is important. Means speech organs are important, feelings are important, idea is important. Then the person who is listening, his ears is important, his listening is important. And after all, what he tells that a person who is speaking must be understood by people. If it is being understood by people, it means that the things he is uttering are known by people, means it is sociological. So therefore he tells that every segment of speaking should come of linguistic. So that's what he is telling in this object of study. The next chapter is not chapter, sorry, the next essay. It is structure, sign and play in the discourse of the human sciences. Friends, actually there was a theory before Derrida that was called structuralism. Structuralism tells that there is a fixed meaning in a text. If you take any book, there you will find a fixed meaning. If you read that, you will understand that there is a fixed meaning. That meaning cannot be changed. Author writes having an idea in his mind. He tries to put that idea onto the pages, and that is published, and that becomes the book. It means that the book is nothing but the idea coming forth from the mind of the author. So structuralism makes author as a god, the god of that book, his book. But Derrida, he goes against structuralism. He tells that there is no fixed meaning in any text. If you take, for example, any book in your hand, and if you read that book, after reading you will find one meaning. After few days or few months or few years, if you read the same book, you will get different meaning from that. Means your first reading will have different meaning, the second reading will give you different meaning. Means a person can get multiple meaning. If you give the same text to other, he will read that text and he will get different meaning from that. It means if 10 people are reading same text, they will get 10 meanings. If these 10 people are reading that text once again, so they will get 20 meanings. So here he wants to tell that a book gives multiple meaning. He insisted that there is no fixed meaning, there are multiple meanings, and no one can assert that I have got this meaning and it is there in that book. No one can say that. There are various concepts in this essay which we are going to learn in detail when we learn the particular essay. The next essay, Michael Foucault. Michael Foucault's What is an Author? Friends, Ronald Barthes had once written an essay titled Death of Author. In Death of Author, Ronald Barthes says that after completing the writing of a book, the author dies. Means after finishing with the book, a writer has no role in the book. The book goes in the hand of readers. So it is reader who can tell the meaning of the book. Author has no right to tell the meaning of the book. Who is author? He has no meaning, like Ronald Barthes says. Michael Foucault writes what is an author as an answer to Ronald Barthes' essay, Death of Author. Foucault tells in this essay that you cannot kill author without knowing what is an author. You must know what is an author. After getting meaning, you cannot kill the author. He wants to tell that in this essay, author is not a pronoun. Author is not a common name. What is then author? Author is a discourse. Author is a series of thought, and the book written by an author has a place in that discourse, has a particular place in that discourse. If you understand that discourse, you can understand the book. If you understand the author, you can understand the book. So it is very important to know author. Here he gives importance of author. Next essay is Juliet Michel's essay, Femininity, Narrative and Psychoanalysis. Friends, you might have heard that feminists always talk against male domination. They always talk against men. You might have heard that there are many feminists writer, they went against Sigmund Freud. They went against psychoanalysis. But in this essay, Juliet Michel tells that we need to reread Freud. He tells the importance of psychoanalysis. With the help of psychoanalysis, he tries to examine the books written by women. According to her, women and men both are important. Initially, women writer accepted the male dominated world. You can find this in the writing of Brown sisters. You can find that in Victorian periods writers, that they have accepted the male domination. Here Juliet Michel tries to tell that in that period it was necessary to accept the male domination. She wants to tell that it was the beginning of bourgeois class, and women wanted a proper place in that bourgeois class. And for making it clear that what type of role they will have in this class, so they try to write that into their writing. A lot of feminists wrote against the women writers in Victorian period, but she tries to put over here the views of those writers, what they wanted to do, why they did that. So here she wants to tell in a single sentence, if I want to tell that there should be mutual understanding between man and woman. So here we have finished with the introduction of our syllabus. If you have any question, if you have any query, please contact me. My number is 8149317459. Friends, tomorrow we will start with the background of critical theory. If I start teaching you the essays directly, you cannot understand that. Before that, I will have to tell you the background of critical theory. We will have to discuss tomorrow what is critical theory, what is the difference between critical theory and literary theory. Then we will start learning structuralism, post structuralism. Then we will start with the essays. Thank you. See you tomorrow.